So you're a woman that wants to build high self-esteem, then get ready to feel like a bitch. Firstly, allow me to define what I mean by the use of the word bitch. A bitch is an alter ego character you create to carry the burden of difficult feelings associated with being disciplined, direct, self-possessed, and self-preserving in the presence of intimidated and challenged people that seek to disempower you. Because at the end of the day, if being a bitch is the worst thing that they can call you, then let that be the price. That really is step one, being okay with being misrepresented. Many women fear being perceived as villainous or difficult because we're taught that we won't get what we want if we're not nice about things. If you're listening to this, then you probably have far more experience in not getting what you want whilst maintaining all accolades of niceness. You're used to being perceived as fair, sweet, kind, and empathetic. I'd go as far as to say that you need to be perceived as such, because it's easier to gain sympathy as a victim than it is to actually hold out for what you want. Last time I checked, sympathy doesn't pay your bills or actually change the quality of your life for the better. So what is it good for? It's possible that you're addicted to asking for less than you need or think you deserve because you think you have a better chance of getting it. All this loud suffering and negotiating around the simple act of being demanding. You convince yourself that selfishness is reserved for men's characters, and if you complain about them, then you're not allowed to mirror their stubbornness. Now, what if I demanded you to give yourself the permission to be that which you hate? Selfish, stubborn, inconsiderate, lazy, greedy? You probably wouldn't really get all that close. If you're studying a man's game, you're entering a man's game, and he's better at it than you. Men's stubbornness becomes something to be studied. After all, they end up getting what they want most times through sheer will and persistence, disregarding any lack of qualifications. The patriarchal system of value tells men that they are important by birthright, and anything that they don't have yet is not because they're undeserving, but because they haven't applied themselves yet. After all, every man claims to be on the cusp of being a millionaire. As women, we get so stuck trying to apply ourselves to other people's systems of value only to see where we measure up. This is incredibly limiting and it denounces your sovereignty. I urge you to liberate yourself and pioneer your own system of value. When you're used to seeing yourself and the world through borrowed eyes, the rewiring to experiencing your life through your own eyes is revolutionary. Suddenly what used to feel like difficult decisions are made simple because you are choosing your experience to inform what you want first. Situations cease to be long-winded because you only have to consider how you feel about it from your own perspective. It is enough. It is valid. You don't need to outsource your decisions because you have the final say. There is no jury. When you stop convincing yourself you can read minds or feel emotions of other people, you will stop littering your already busy mind with unfounded assumptions. No need to create jacuzzis of unfiltered anxiety about how you're being perceived for your choices, and just get back on the road of living your life. Not enough women claim their own systems of value as the most important realm of all. Sadly, many women's systems don't automatically filter themselves to the top of them. Unfortunately, there's no religion or government that prioritizes women's needs, so you don't have the luxury to fall back without getting seriously shafted. By disengaging from other people's systems of value, you remove their authoritative position to tell you how you have failed. It's quite a relief to no longer follow the carrot on a stick. You're no longer inferior and you claim back your sovereignty. Your world becomes about what you want, what you think, and what makes you happy or sad. You dictate where you place your attention and how you define success. Asking yourself what you think and what you want first is the place from which you navigate and pivot. Your world becomes about you again, and with that you are free to determine who you are and what you stand for outside the parallel lines of dogma. That's how high self-esteem shows itself, by your choice to experience your life through yourself within your own system of value. The people you will attract and enjoy will have their own systems of value that will naturally overlap with yours, but without competition. There's no pretending, proving, or race to superiority. What there is shared respect. I have found that the purest and most encouraging example of this is the friendships we raise with other women. It all sounds easy, right? Well, it actually pisses a lot of people off. You don't realize how much power you have until you stop living under the roof of other people's expectations and will. Suddenly, everyone has an opinion. The first person with an opinion is you. Shame is a program saboteur. The moment you start making moves that represent your interests, you'll experience an inner dialogue questioning how you handled a situation, whether you were reasonable, fair, kind, or likable. You won't ask whether you were wrong in your position, but whether or not the delivery was pleasant, which in turn will aid you to believe that you were wrong in your position. What you are facing is the discomfort of conflict. In times where you're not paying bills with likability, the cost of conflict as a woman is the threat of being a bitch.